Did y'all see that shit? Were you watching the same show I was watching? Did you see that bullshit? Huh? I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Welcome back to my channel. We are reviewing Snowfall on FX. Comes on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. That's the night and time it premieres. Season 1, episode number 3. So, if it's your first time visiting my channel, click the subscribe button, be a ray of sunshine, and the notification bell so you can see all the videos I have coming forth. I had to say that quick because I want to get right to what I want to talk about. Last week we found out that they robbed, that Lucia, Pedro, and Gustavo actually robbed the drug cartel that they came from. Lucia and Pedro's family. We also saw Teddy, boss up a little bit and make a plan about where to store the drugs and, build a relationship with the Armenian and show that he's the man. Then you also saw young Franklin. Young Franklin had, was on the rise. He was selling his drugs, 2 keys, and got robbed, honey, at Claudia's. I really felt like Claudia had set him up and got robbed and beat down. And I just want to be honest, that is what I was waiting for, to see what happened to young Franklin Saint on this episode. But before we talk about Franklin, let's talk about Teddy and Alejandro, okay? So first off, Teddy, you just run off? You just run off and leave Alejandro to scrape off the serial numbers? You know that Alejandro gives 2 flying fucks of whether or not U.S. guns can be located in fucking Nicaragua. I always butcher that. He gives 2 flying fucks. So you run off and leave him knowing that that's not something he wanted to do in the first place. I mean, everything about him said, I'm not doing this. I don't care. I'm not doing this. We still need to deliver this product. Blah, 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 blah. He said we would repackage it, but you wanted the serial numbers off. So you should have stayed there and scraped them fucking serial numbers off. I understand that your girl came from D.C., your girl with your baby, who y'all seem to have not such a great relationship. It doesn't seem like y'all have a good history. Like, your fuck up having to be sent to L.A. may not have been your fault, but she doesn't feel like, you really in it. And now you go and you be part of this drug trafficking scheme that the CIA has with the Nicaraguan drug cartel to bring drugs in and export guns out to help with what? The war? What war? Huh? What? This is when Reagan was in office too. So, you just leave him. You leave him. You tell him, I'll be right back. I got something going on. I got to go handle it. You could have told her, I got some stuff to take care of. Make yourself at home. You got some money to go get something to eat because ain't no food in the house. And I'll see you in a few hours. Because you should have been about your business. The moment you step your ass into that world, into the drug world, in any capacity, whether it's a mule, whether it's the head honcho, whether it's, the street corner dude, your whole life changes. Your priorities kind of shift a little bit. Yeah, family is very important, but you also have to make sure you take care of your business so that you can keep your family safe, so you can do what you need to do. Because see, Alejandro ain't really to be played with, and the only reason he is fucking with Teddy is because he is his United States Connect to transport drugs in and get guns out. That is the only reason that he fucks with Teddy. You understand me? Other than that, he gives 2 flying fucks. As you saw, dear Teddy, fuck you. Ha! He wasn't playing. Dear Teddy, fuck you. I probably would have said it too, because what? Nigga, you thought I was going to sit here and do all of this serial number erasing on my own? I think not. Not at all, okay? Let's talk about Lucia, Pedro, and Gustavo, okay? So, they now have to figure out how the 2 of them don't die. Because don't think that their father and uncle, Ramiro, won't kill them for stealing the money out of the house. They know better. They know that he is not to be played with. He is not a joke. He is not a game. They know. So they have to pin it on somebody else. And Gustavo really has a good heart because he doesn't want to kill anyone who has a family. And Pedro is heartless. But really, Pedro is heartless and a punk. Okay? Pedro is heartless and a punk because, let me tell you. So, Gustavo, there's one guy who's got 4 kids, and Pedro's like, he could go. He, whatever. He a bitch. He can go. He ain't worth shit. Gustavo said he has a family. So then it's left to Tomas and Enrique. Okay? So Enrique's security, they say, no, not Enrique. He's a big dude. He could probably take you. He's always prepared and watching. But then there's Tomas. So Tomas. We go to Tomas's house, right? Gustavo is ready and prepared. He sees Tomas by himself. He goes over to the house. He looks in the house, and who's there but his familia? Tomas is gay. Tomas has a lover. He has a loving relationship with a man. He is in a gay relationship. And Gustavo cares less whether or not it's a man or a woman. If they have children, it is love. It is family. I don't do killing of people who have families. I mean, that's really, you got to have some type of standard you have to set. You gotta be able to set a marker and say, I won't kill old people. I won't kill people with family. You have to be able to determine what your limit is. So he leaves. He smiles. He kind of laughs a little bit, and he leaves. When he goes and he relays the information to Lucia and Tomas, both of them bitches is going to say, so did you kill him? And he's looking like, I told you, no families. That's a family. Regardless of what you think, it's a family. No. And, that's when the LGBTQ community wasn't as big and in your face. They were still fighting for their rights to be recognized as people. I mean, everybody was a lot on the down low and in secret. That was back in the 80s. It's not like it was today. And so him being very accepting of that really kind of warmed my heart. Like, see, people were always innately good. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. People were good. But the reason I say Pedro's a bitch is because he said, I'm just going to go ahead and tell my father that you killed him. Gustavo's a gangster. Here's the gun. Kill me yourself. Essay. Let me see you kill me yourself, essay. You want me dead? Do it. And was like, let me see. And he knew that Pedro is a bitch ass nigga, buster, whatever. Okay? He knew he wasn't gonna do it. I knew. I was like, you a sucker. Why is you even in the game? You gonna get them fucked up. Lucia gonna have to kill your ass, ain't she? It's gonna be Lucia. Lucia gonna call it to get killed. I like Lucia. She gonna be something to be reckoned with. But what we really want to talk about is young Franklin Saint. Honey. So listen, we saw him getting his ass beat. And I was shocked to see him go back up the stairs into Claudia's club. Because I really felt like Claudia had set him up. And he got in there and she looked at him and she said, oh, hey, young blood, you whatever, got roughed up or whatever. And he told her, I think you did it. And she's all, be careful what you say. Well, I saw you talking to them. Who are they? Who are they? And why should I tell you? And he's all like, because I asked you nicely. I'm all like, first off, where they do that at? I asked you nicely, and then she just divulges the information that you have. The next time I buy something from you, you got to be nicer, or you got to do, make it a sweet deal. Where they do that at? That ain't how that operates. It operates more like, tell me who they are. Nigga, fuck you. That ain't my fault you got jumped. Figure that shit out yourself. That's how it works in real life, okay? Don't nobody be giving out no information. Even the women that's on top, like, they don't get no information out. Let's just be honest and call a spade a spade. However, she tells him that it's Lenny and Ray Ray from the Western tribe. I guess that's a gang. They got to use fake gang names, because y'all know in LA, we got gang names, like, for real. Ain't no Western tribe. Ain't no such thing as no Western tribe, okay? I'm just saying. Could be the Hoovers, the East Coast, the Mafias. Who is it? The rolling 60s, any rolling 30s, any rolling number that you want. The neighborhoods, it's a whole lot, but ain't no Western tribe. So I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth. Y'all know that's fiction. but there are pieces that are real, okay? There's some stuff they mix in fiction and fact together. I think they're doing a good job of that. I digress. But he finds out who they are, and he goes to see his homeboy, Leon. He goes to his homeboy, Leon's house. And baby, when they was walking up, I was like, okay, projects, come through, projects. Now, we ain't got no more projects. We do have some. But a lot of the projects here have been knocked down. But there are a few left. I was like, okay, projects. And when you walked in, you saw a house of like 80,000 kids. The mama and her kids and the sister and everybody kids is in there, 80,000 kids. And I you know, it's a little stereotypical, but it might be a little bit on point too. Especially for that era. Leon sees he's banged up. They walk outside, they talk. He says, if I was with you, that wouldn't have happened. You would have had somebody covering you. And any real street nigga, street hustler, whatever, knows that you got to have somebody with you that you trust in order to make things operate, to have your back. Like, you can't always do everything by yourself. You got to have a team. Well, they go and they find some help. Leon says he knows somebody. He knows somebody. He goes over there. They in the back. Sounds like they beating somebody up, but they playing the game. Carvel comes to help him. Carvel looks a little shifty, a little crafty to me when I look at him. He look a little slick. He looked like he was some bullshit. Like he does. So he asked, do they know Lenny and Ray Ray? And he said, yeah, but Ray Ray's a bitch. Lenny is where your money is at. They goes to Lenny's house. Long story short, they tie Lenny up. They knock on the door. They get in the house. They tie Lenny up. Okay. And Franklin, of course, he's not from the street. He don't know reasoning with him is not going to help. Carvel is becoming impatient. Okay, and this is some bullshit. They tearing up the house looking for money, but they ain't going to the other room. I mean, you know, they looking in the living room, in the kitchen, but they ain't finding nothing. Carvel gets tired, okay, of waiting for them to figure out what to do. Breaks his little kneecaps. Okay, now I'm expecting that. I'm expecting him to get his ass beat. All of that. I'm expecting that. But what I wasn't expecting was for Carvel to drag him in the room and fucking sodomize him. Did y'all see that shit? When Leon said he not killing him, he's fucking him. My heart went through my stomach. And then I listened to the sounds, and that is exactly what it was. He was being sodomized by Carvel. Leon and Franklin were looking like, dude, seriously, like, let's just be honest, in real life, that shit happens. Let's just be honest, in real life, he probably got used to it in prison. He probably was gang raped. You know, you never know. It was just, I was shocked and appalled at the graphicness of that. Though we couldn't see it visually, we could hear it and we could imagine what was happening. And then when Carvel walked out of that room, zipping up his pants, grinning and shit, and I thought the boy was dead. I thought little Lenny was dead on the bed, but his kneecaps were broke and he had been beaten and fucked to death, like fucked senseless, like unconscious. And now guess what? You got to deal with that repercussion. Franklin ain't that savvy about that. Excuse me, y'all. Bless me, Lord. He ain't that savvy. He don't know really what that life is about. Carvel finishes what he has to do. Evidently, dude told him, you know, because he wanted him to stop like that. Oh, God. He goes into the other room, comes out with the 16 grand. And Carvel looks at him, little nigga, you said a couple thousand. He said, this is my money. And the dude just walked out because guess what? Franklin had no balls. Franklin did not show himself worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you ain't from the streets. I can run over you. You soft. Okay? I can run over you. When dude spit in your face and blood was in his mouth and he spit in your face and you didn't do shit, I just knew then that he was going to step up. You just showed that you ain't going to do shit. And so I get to take advantage of you. I get to walk away with your money and you ain't going to do a motherfucking thing. You ain't got nobody to call and I ain't scared of nobody. 16 grand, walked out the door. Franklin was sick. You understand me? Yeah, giving a couple thousand, I get it. But Franklin was sick that he took all the money and walked out. He took all the money, walked out, and all he probably could think about is his own life, that the Armenian was going to kill him. He had to get that money back. You understand me? So now what do? Him and Leon are looking at each other like, now what? But see, Leon got a little street cred, in YA or whatever. Always fighting the Mexicans is what he said. But now what? Now what do? So now you go and you talk to Uncle Jerome. You talk to Uncle Jerome and your aunt. You go talk to them and you sit down and you say you need a gun. Your uncle's not with it. He's all like, that's not gonna be on my head. If something happens to you, your mama ain't gonna, I'm gonna be able to tell your mama it wasn't me that gave you the gun. I'm gonna be able to tell your mama with a clear conscience it wasn't me. But why can't I think of the auntie's name right now? It's really escaping me. Like, why? She ends up giving him the gun. And the only reason I know that, because of the eye exchange that they had, Uncle Jerome left the room and he went home and put the gun up. He went home and put the gun up. And I really felt for him. I really felt like you got yourself into something that you weren't really ready for. You should have stuck with nickel bags of weed and been fine. But you wanted to go into the big boy game. You wanted to make real money. See, that hustling spirit got you in trouble. You need a different kind of spirit. You could be an entrepreneur. You need to apply that to some good regular businesses, some sound practices. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some shady shit in regular business too, but at least with that, you ain't worried about getting fucked in the ass. Maybe you are, just in a different way. He goes home and he changes his clothes, and right there you saw that he was still a young man, still vulnerable. Like, cradled up with his mom watching Different Strokes. Like, you saw then the vulnerability of Franklin and him knowing that he had to make a decision now on what to do, because it's either me and my mom's life or his. His meaning Carvel. So I can't wait to see what happens next episode. I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see how it plays out. I do want to see if they kill Enrique, which I'm sure they're going to have to, because otherwise Enrique is going to tell that it was them. I can't wait to see the dialogue between Alejandro and Teddy, because Teddy needs to step his game up. Because Teddy going to have to, be like, well, what happened? And Alejandro, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And then Franklin. Is he going to be with the business? Y'all, what y'all think about this episode? What do you think is going to happen with Franklin? What do you think is going to happen? Because that's really right now where my head is at with Franklin. Nothing against anything else. I just don't have anything vested in that story yet. I mean, I do like Lucia and everything. I don't have anything vested with Teddy and Alejandro. But I'm vested in the Franklin story. I want to see how this plays out for him. Okay, maybe I'm biased. I don't know. But I do like the show and the way where it's headed. And I'm ready for everything to come to head, become cohesive, come to a head, and show me. I think maybe we're going to see some stuff in these next couple episodes. Thank you so much for watching the review of Snowfall Season 1, Episode number 3. If it's your first time visiting my channel, just become a ray of sunshine by clicking the subscribe button. Then click that notification bell right next to it so you are notified of every video I upload going forward. If there's something you see or I missed something, let's talk about it down in the comments below. I like my family having a dialogue with me, because a lot of times they be like, girl, you didn't see that? You didn't see that? I want to see. Okay? Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will see you on the next video.